What's going on, guys? Eric here from MajorLeagueTrade.com, coming at you with a video here for YouTube. Going to be breaking down a Nadex trade review that I sent out to all of the members this morning, and also a trade that I took in the Nasdaq as well. So what we're looking at right here is the S&P 500 futures. You can see they are down 22.5 points on the day, 0.72%. And overall, we ended up having Nasdaq down 60.5 points, 0.73%. Dow down 1.08%, was the weakest market by far. And we had the Russell down only 0.32%. So the Russell being the leader here on the day, if you will, considering it was still down on the day. And the Nasdaq here being next up there, down 0.73%. So what do we have coming into today? What was the game plan and how do we react from this? You can see there's a bunch of levels on the chart, 3088 quarter being the most important level that we had there. And what my game plan here this morning was, so each and every morning I do a morning write-up that I send out to all members at a part of the MLT team. And what I said this morning was right here. So we were looking at a couple things coming into today. 3088 quarter to the important level, 3066 quarter to the downside as possible, 3076 as well. And the important part is right here. So if we get strong reactions back to the downside, then look for 3088 quarters, right? This was looking for an opening print above 88 quarters. So wherever we open at is going to be really important here. If we get an open above 88 quarters, then we've got room to for a flush down into that level that catches a bid back up to 94 to 96 quarters. So if we get above 88 quarters or we open above it, pull back to it, then we're looking at 94 to 96 quarters to trade. If we open below 88 quarters, which is what ended up happening today, then watch for a flush down into 3076s that catches a bid back to 3088 quarters. We ended up getting that. You can see opening print here on the day. If we turn the extended session off here, ended up being 3083 quarters here on the day. So what trade did I set up and what did I take in the S&Ps? Because we pushed through 3076s here, and I'll show you guys in just one second. But the trade I took here was in Nadex. Talked about we're getting some good volatility here this morning, and I like doing a combination of a targeting play with a breakaway based on the NYSE opening. So targeting and a breakaway, they're two separate trades that I'm going to be teaching in the new MLT Nadex Trader program here, which is going to be released in just the next couple of days. It's coming along really, really nicely, and I'm really excited to get that released. But I took a combination of those two plays today, and what I said here is I'm looking at selling the 3076.50 strike for 10 a.m. and at the same time I'm buying the 3099 for 10 a.m. as well. And you can see here are the tickets for that. What I'm going to be doing is working orders to cover / sell out each side back at around 50 bucks. This is a pairs trade that should go on together but can be taken off in legs. Make sure you understand what I'm looking at here with this one if you're planning on trading it. So what did I do here? Well, I sold the 3076.50s here, and my fill prices on that for this morning were at $92.50. So if you guys know Nadex, then you know that I got filled at $92.50, which means I had $7.50 worth of risk per contract when I sold these 3076.50s. Now the market was at about 3090 when I did this, so we had about 13, 14 points to the downside and about 9 points to the upside that the market needed to move in order for this trade to work, right? Because I'm shorting the 3076.50, I'm buying the 3099s. I didn't know specifically which way the market was going to move, and I didn't know exactly whether we were going to open above 88 quarters or below 88 quarters from the open, but I knew depending on which side of that it opened, that we would get a flush down into potentially 3076s or up through that 94 to 96 quarter zone and potentially up even to 310250, which is the next level above. So that's why I chose the strikes I did. And So I got filled on that for $92.50. At the same time, I bought the 30.99 strike here, and I ended up having to pay $19.50 for that one. Now that one ended up expiring completely worthless. So I lost all $19.50 on that trade. But what is important here is the fact that I have both sides of the trade on. So when I put the 30.99 on, I had $19.50 worth of risk. When I put on the 30.7650s here, I had $7.50 worth of risk. You add those two numbers together, I have a total of $27 per pair worth of risk in this trade. So per one contract, if you will, on each side, that one pair, I had $27 worth of risk. Now the reason that that's important is because I was able to cover or buy back in the 30.7650s this morning for $51, which means I was able to make $41.50 on these 30.7650s, right? So I made $41.50 here, and let me just use the drawing tool. Let's make this easy. So I was plus $41.50 here, and I was minus $19.50 here, for a grand total of $22 per pair worth of profit on the day, right? Now again, I only had $27 worth of capital into this trade per one pair, per one contract. So essentially, I made almost 100% of my risk, about 80% of my risk on this trade, and I still had the other side open to where if the market went flush down, took me out of the 30.7650s, I would have made my $41.50 there, and had the market rallied big after that, up to 30.99s, I had the potential to get out of those either for a scratch or potentially at a profit, and then that could have further maximized the gains that I'm working with here in Nadex. So Nadex is for anyone that wants to trade the currency markets, the indices, commodities, whether you have a small account or even a larger account. There's really low risk type strategies like this and defined risk strategies that you can use, such as the one I'm showing you right here, which is a combination of two of them that I put inside of the new MLT Nadex Trader program. So that is the Nadex trade that I did there. I'm going to put a link below. Again, the course is not going to be released for another couple of days yet, but by the time you guys are watching this, the course should be out, and you guys, if you want to join it, can click the link below. Now, next up on the day for me was a trade in the NASDAQ. Now, again, I mentioned that the S&Ps here had pushed down through that 30.76 level that we were watching for, but NASDAQ had pushed right down into 81.7450s here. And I'll pull over the Thinkorswim platform here, and you can see the P&L is gone now at this point, but it was good for 275 bucks on the day. You can see I traded a 2-lot here for today in the NASDAQ, but again, it's after 5 o'clock, so the P&L has disappeared here. But either way, I'll put a link actually beneath the video as well. You can watch the live stream where I was actually talking through this, and at the time, I even said this when we kind of got this little flash right here to 81.68 quarters. I had picked up longs in the NASDAQ at 81.76, 75 or 76.50s here in the NASDAQ. And what I saw from that was the potential for this to end up being the low of the day. This is, as you can see, there was one more level below here, which was 81.29s. And I didn't draw that in until later on in the day. But 81.7450 was the last level of support I had for the NASDAQ, so it needed to hold or we were going to have quite a bit of selling pressure on our hands. So I stepped in to the long side there with a couple contracts, just 2 contracts in the NASDAQ, and that was good for 275 bucks on the day. Now I didn't hold those. They ended up rallying up to 82.56.75s here, which was the next level above there. Unfortunately, did not hold it all the way up to that point. If not, that's a good like 80-point move or so. 81.74.50s up to 82.56.75s. So 80 couple of points there. I did not hold it that long. I went ahead and trailed out of it actually right through here and was actually looking for a retest of 74.50s to get long again, and we just never got that on the day. So managed this one a little bit poorly on my part, but overall on the day, no complaints. $275 booked in the NASDAQ. Was able to book the $22 per one lot in the Nadex trade there as well. And overall managed the day accordingly to the plan. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed the content. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you're new around here and hit the little bell notification so you know when we go live each and every single day. Also, I'll put a link where you guys can watch me trade live from today. You can hear me talk about the NASDAQ, trade from down there, where I got in, where I got out. All of that stuff is in that video. I'll put that link below. And then also, if you want to join me and Perry and Jay and Rob and Frank and everybody else in the MLT Discord, that link will be in the description as well, and for the new Nadex Trader program. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.